everybody, this is Michelle and Christie.
Hey, how's it going?
We are the 60 by 65 seasoned souls. Just two of many out there.
Yes, we know it.
And we're so glad you tuned in again.
Yes.
And we have been having a lot of fun and talking about a lot of things.
Yes.
And, you know, they say that men think about sex like every 5 seconds, I think.
Seriously.
If they did, you know, and if they thought about women, let's just say, if they
I
thought about women,
like the way you opened that topic right enough.
if they thought about women every 5 seconds, wouldn't you think it'd be a lot easier to get a date or to date?
I don't really know the answer to any of that.
I know. So
we've talked about it relentlessly, and I have no answers for any of that. None.
So if they think about, you know, things every 5 seconds, we certainly talk about it quite a bit.
Yeah.
About what happened.
Yeah.
Because, okay, now, again, I'll just talk personally. I mean, I've been married 3 times, although I pretend number 2 never happened. So, I've told a lot of people that I've only been married twice, and it's like, okay, that one never happened. It was just a bad dream. Then it's like, I don't even know how to date anymore. It's been too long. I don't know. I don't even know what to do anymore.
Yeah, that's the truth. And, you know, a lot of times, and nowadays in this new world of electronics and all this kind of stuff, you know, it's gotten so much easier for men to not actually ask you out on a date. They can just pick up the phone and do a texting, and you're like texting. So then that leaves you wondering, well, are we dating? Are we texting, dating? What are we doing here? And it kind of has you scratching your head. But let me remind you, and we've been reading a book that it's called It's Just an Effing Date, and they're from the authors that wrote that he's just not that into you. And dating is still very important, and it is very cut and dry on exactly what it is. And men still want to ask women out. Men and people, it isn't just, I just don't want to stereotype for men, but people in general will do the least amount that they can to get by, to get the end result that they want. So, I mean, let's all face it. And so, to me, a date is not sending me a text and saying, hey, how you doing? Or having a texting deal or hanging out. I'm too old to hang out with anybody anyway now. But a date is he calls you, you have a conversation, he says, I'm going to pick you up, I'd like to take you to dinner, picks you up, takes you out, y'all talk about it and have a good time. You see where if it's worth going out another time, and you make plans for that.
I also saw something where they said your brain actually knows within, I think they said 10 seconds.
I've had people tell me that too.
That you know whether, you know, yay or nay.
Yay or nay. That's so weird. But yeah, anyway. So we were talking about that because my friend Judy and I, we went out a couple of weekends ago, and it was just pathetic to see the amount of people that are like, it was just like older men with younger women, and I know you see that as well. And it's almost comical because I'm like, you look like you're dancing with your daughter, you know. And so that just got us to talking. We got home the next day, you know, that evening, and we were talking about it, and I'm just like, man, I don't know what the deal is with this. You know, I know who I am, and I'm sure of who I am, and I'm not going to be competing with that by any means. And Michelle asked me, she said, well, are you ready to start dating again, or you ready to get out there? And I looked at her, and I was like, you know, I almost would just for the stories. Because let me tell you, I've had some doozies in the past. They've been, I mean, it has been like insane.
Well, you know, and
I'm sure you have too, and I really want to hear them because I bet they're hilarious.
Well, and you know, when you start, I won't speak for you, when you start getting to a certain age too, you're like, well, you know, and I haven't dated, like I say, in I don't even know how long now, but you know, it's like, okay, if you have a full life, maybe you're not even thinking about dating anymore. Maybe
that can be too. You know, you
happy.
Don't wanna,
I think what I miss is, you know, that male energy and having somebody to do things with.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm a big bird watcher, and I would, you know,
I
would love to have
do
somebody to travel with to do, you know, birding besides, you know, my female friends.
And it's a thing too that about that you matter. You know, that's the thing. The biggest thing of all is that you matter to somebody, and so that's what I miss more than anything else is that I don't have anybody that whenever you come back from when I go see my boys in Austin, I come in that, you know, there's not somebody there's, hey, have you made it home okay? Or you know, text me when you get home or whatever. You know, so that's the biggest thing that I miss is the mattering part. Let's face it. Dating is like a full-time job because it is just ridiculous in how you do it. But you've got to be clear on your parameters from what I understand with reading this book that I'm reading that says on what you want to date and what you're going to do. So I just wonder, is it even worth the effort? Because sometimes I'll think that I want to do it, and then other times I'm like, I just rather put on my pajamas and hang at the couch.
I know. It's too much work.
What is it?
I mean, I'm just, But, of course,
but what happens though, and you're guilty of this too, because the more you're sequestered by yourself, then you don't want to go out and socialize with people, and it's very hard to do that.
Right.
And so our friend Judy and I, I think I've told y'all, has joined a couple of dance classes, and that is a great venue for you to socialize and just get to know people. I mean, I dance with people from 30 to 80. So I'm like dancing with somebody that could be my son or somebody that could be my grandpa. And so, but it's great to find out that, they're out there and they're just like, I wanted to always do it, so I'm getting out there and I'm going to go past my comfort zone.
And I think for me,
pretty cool.
I just need practice because, I don't work in a huge office.
Well, that's how you get practice.
So there are very few, there aren't any men, a lot of men in there to talk to.
Yeah.
And you need, these men, out there to talk to.
Well,
and it's really hard to get into that situation where you have, men to
I don't think we should
with.
look at it as men. I think it should just be people in general. It seems like that once I opened myself to be engaging with people and be joyful because of being clear who I am. And I keep saying that over and over again, but that is so important. And sometimes we don't find out who we are and we're not clear about it till we're in our 60s, which is a crying shame. But because I would go on like Friday nights and I would just be there for the pure pleasure of just dancing and having a good time and making a memory with my friend Judy, it was great. And it just opened up an avenue for other people to come and see me and just visit and talk with them. So, and that's where you get your practice from talking to others as well.
Because, when I look back, in my life, I almost think that this is actually one of the best periods of my life right now because of all of the things that you don't have angst over, and it's a whole different set of things that you worry about. But I think I feel at peace with myself over a lot of issues for the first time.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
And so that's what makes it so weird is that
you're happier now than you've ever been. And then you're like, well, do I really want a guy? And you kind of waver and waffle back and forth. I know that we do. Do we want a man or do we not? Do we?
Yeah.
So you kind of go back and forth. You're not really sure. But I think that if your life is full, like ours is, and that's why we keep encouraging you to create your village and to get your friends
surround
yourself with people, to stay busy and to do your hobbies and to explore what they are. And you may do something you're like, I've always wanted to do this, and you go and do it. I ain't doing that anymore. I'm done with that. I'm moving on. And so that gives you an opportunity to do that. And so when you get that way and your life becomes full, then you're not so much you're not shaking like a chihuahua looking for somebody to be with.
Right.
And you're confident, you're clear, and it just, that's just like an icing on the cake situation, kind of.
I would love to get some feedback from male viewers that we have.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
We've got men that are watching us.
If there's men watching us, or if you got guy friends that you have having around, then that's the deal. Yeah. Now, I don't know if you've ever read this book called the Southern Philosophy of the Sweet Potato Queens. Anyway, that book is hilarious. It was written, I think, back in the late 60s, early 70s, maybe. But anyway, the Sweet Potato Queen's philosophy is like from the Southern Belle kind of perspective, but it's hilarious. And their philosophy is that you should have 5 men in your life. You should have one that takes you shopping and pays for things, one that you can talk to, one that fixes things, one that takes you dancing, and one that you have great sex with. And it's important that all 5 of them don't meet. Just so you know. But anyway, and I thought, that's almost true. You almost need all that to going on all the time. But you find one guy, he's not going to have all those qualities, but he may have, 4 out of the 5 or whatever qualities you're looking for. But anyway, so just keep that in mind and think about it, and don't really look at it. For me, this is what's working for me, is I don't really look at it as dating. I'm just like going out and learning people's stories.
And trying to have fun.
And have fun.
While you're doing it.
Yeah. And
so
I'll create stories that I can tell you about when we get into it.
That's right.
Because they are hilarious.
Yeah.
They are hilarious.
There are stories I'm not sure we can tell, but...
Oh, we'll tell you.
We'll tell you. Okay. All right. But if you want to provide, some feedback, some perspective, some ideas, or, y'all are right on, or y'all are full of shit, whatever, let us know.
Yeah.
But... if you do decide that, you want to date, you have let's date, have the perfect product for you to prepare for your first date, next date, whatever.
Turn it around. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. I just love this toothpaste. It is Himalaya Botanic Complete Care toothpaste. I just love this.
Okay,
this is cinnamon. And I got this at Sprouts.
Yeah.
But a lot of the stores carry it. Whole Foods, a lot of different stores.
Big
carry
box
it.
stores.
And they have several different versions
Or
of
online. You
it.
can probably find it online.
Mine's fluoride free, by the way, and it's gluten free also.
Cool.
So check it out.
Wait a minute. Toothpaste has got gluten in it. You don't even eat it. You just brush your teeth with it.
I don't know why they would be saying this.
How can that be a selling point on a toothpaste?
Well, I got one even better. This carrageenan, and I have no idea what a carrageenan is.
And then we've been brushing with it all these.
I didn't know so I don't know what a carragenan's been doing to me. Now I'm gonna have to look this up on the internet and find
They just
out.
put that as gluten free on there because they want to sell that stuff. That's
Okay.
all.
Well, now the carragenans one's got me, so I don't know. But I may not be able to use this anymore.
Anyhow.
But anyway, check it out and let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Let me know what your favorite flavor is.
Yeah.
Fluoride or no fluoride.
Yeah. And it's gluten free.
That's right, gluten free.
Yeah. So if you eat it on a chip, you ain't got to worry about it.
No, I just wondered if somebody would actually. I know. If you serve that on a chip, like somebody dropped in, what would they say?
They would know that.
Okay.
Anyway, we digress. It is a Sunday afternoon, so we're kind of in the frolicking mode before we go to work tomorrow. So we hope you have a great week and a very good day, time, and hour wherever you're at right now. Make it fun. Do something that you enjoy at all times and make a memory.
And tell us your stories.
Yeah, please do. Catch us on Instagram, Facebook.
YouTube,
that information is
wherever.
flowing on.
All those electronic things out there.
Yeah, all the social stuff that's out there. And thank you for the likes. Keep them coming. We like seeing that. It just makes us feel good. And we do enjoy your feedback. And we can't wait to share some of that with everybody. You're going to love that too. So,
all right.
Anyway, take care until next time. And we'll see you soon.
Have a great time.
All right. Bye.